Wrestling fans are upset at AEW right now. And no, it's not because CM Punk made the company a shell of its former self when he left to WWE. It's because Fight Forever has been a disappointment of a video game. There's a new game mode out. About time, guys. We got an arcade mode on Fight Forever, but here's the caveat. It's $7 in order to get access to this mode. Yeah, a new game mode is behind a paywall. When AEW Fight Forever first came out, I was excited. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. And then we had the Stadium Stampede mode, which was a Battle Royale type of mode where you're in a stadium. Thought it was all right. And I was looking forward to potential updates and character roster additions, but it seems like the development of this game has come to a near halt. This game is so disappointing when it had so much more potential in the world for a wrestling game of this size and magnitude of potential. After WWE 2K games have been taking over the market for quite so long, for them to just flounder with it has been short of a very low disappointment level, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, we got a new mode that has players taking on 10 randomly selected wrestlers on the AEW roster. It's called Beat the Elite mode, and it's an arcade mode in all but name. And again, it has you facing a tower of 10 random wrestlers, and then at the end, the boss is one of the Elite members. So the Young Bucks, Adam Page, Kenny Omega, so forth, right? And when you beat it, you get a new in-game cosmetic item. You know, pretty standard, sounds basic in its design, right? You would think an arcade mode would be included with most games. Most wrestling games have the career mode, an arcade mode, and then you think of like other single-player games that are like fighting modes and things like that. It's to be expected. Now, there was no arcade mode out at release, and the game kind of was lacking a lot of features, including basic matches that most people would expect in a pro wrestling match. Or in a pro wrestling video game, I mean. But a lot of players, upon hearing that this new mode is going to be $7, are not too happy. And it's to be expected. You know, the mode costs $6.99 instead of being a free update when it should be a free update. What the heck is up with that? Honestly, like, a lot of video game companies do this crap, and it's not a good look. I'm not pinning this blame on AEW at all, because they have a video game development company, but it seems like this game developer had absolutely no clue what they were doing when they made this game, or maybe the game just didn't have as much of a pop-off as they expected it, so the support's kind of been a little lackluster. I believe they just did Season 2 of the Fight Pass on the game. It just debuted, they announced it, and they've had some character expansions where you buy these DLCs or these Season Passes and stuff, but taking a look at some of these tweets, you can see some of the negative response to this. There's a username called Standard Eel, I guess that's the name. They said, I've been advocating for a mode like this to be in the game, but it's just too late and you have to pay for it. That's just insane. And you gotta think, this game has been out for quite some time, for several months, and this mode is not there. It's a paywall mode. No, that's like not even consumer friendly. I wouldn't expect that from a game that's not even a free-to-play game. And even then, there's free-to-play games that add updates that have new game modes, even if they are limited time modes or some kind of random game mode that are included in the base game. An arcade mode this day and age, and anything competitive, anything sports, that's like if you go and buy Madden, and exhibition or quick play mode is $7 to access it. Like, really, sit down and think about that. Could you imagine having a quick play mode on Madden or NBA 2K or The Show or any other sports game and having to pay $7 to access it? That's outrageous to even fathom the thought of that. And I know there's going to be AEW defenders because there's a weird sense of tribalism in the pro wrestling world. We're talking about video game oriented here, guys. So separate, you know, what you see on TV to what you're playing in the gaming industry. This is not good for the gaming industry. This is not consumer friendly, in my opinion. Now, there's another tweet from an account called B10Rel, who says this feels like something that should have been included in the base game. They're not wrong on that. and yeah, maybe it wasn't ready at launch, but it should have been a high priority at the very least before Stadium Stampede mode came out. They had no problem getting that out. Now, Deuce1982 said, bought day one, hoped it would improve. It didn't. Now you're charging for this nonsense. Done. And that's what it seems like. Because at this point, I believe, I saw a stat somewhere that the PC mode, there's less than 50 concurrent players playing that game right now. Think about that. Less than 50 concurrent players are playing AEW Fight Forever compared to how many concurrent players might be playing 2K23 right now of WWE. 50 players? Like, I'm not trying to, like, shame that your player base is all but gone, but that shows that these players didn't see enough support with the game. The developers let this game fail. And it almost seems like they didn't even spend next to no marketing on promoting AEW Fight Forever. In fact, the only marketing I ever see for this game is on AEW programming itself. It seems like AEW was left with that, and AEW as a wrestling company is the only company trying to even make this game a success, because they got it plastered on their guardrails, they got it popping up on the replay, video clips. They have it everywhere on that, and it seems like the developer themselves just kind of half-assed making a game and threw it out there, didn't even support it. Now, I don't know if there was any kind of issues or any kind of development problems between, the game developer or AEW itself, but yeah, I'm pretty sure AEW wanted a highly successful game as well, and they're just not getting it with whoever they went with, and that's unfortunate for them. So Bill Savage, another Twitter user, said, so it's just a series of singles matches. I could see why this took so long to get this mode out, and that was sarcasm, in case you guys don't know. Pigeon Bargerer, that's a weird username, said, imagine paying for this when you could do it in Mortal Kombat for free. And there's my point. It's to be expected that there's at least a arcade mode that's not like a story mode or a career mode in any of these games. And it wasn't there. And it's a shame because, again, like I said, this game had potential when it first came out. If you check out my review of it, I thought it was one of the best wrestling games out there in a while. But at the time, I was also super hopeful that they would be supporting this game, that they would be adding a lot of new modes, a lot of features, a lot of wrestlers, even match types, which it's still lacking in that in itself. So they added a new game mode, but it's seriously just singles matches. Nothing fantastic about it. No, I guess, match customization. Nothing like that. And you can see there is a comment on their YouTube from a user called rnerdy197 that says, I understand paying for new wrestlers, but paying for new modes isn't how it's supposed to work. That should just be a free update. Right? And yeah, I mean, think about how basic of a concept an arcade mode is, and the game is struggling. Again, like I mentioned, it's not even maintaining an active player base at this moment. And the stats you can see on Steam DB, the PC version has only seen more than 50 concurrent players once in the past 3 months. So in the past 3 months, they've only seen more than 50 players once. So yeah, the user base is down to like 50 or less. And think about it. This is with them having that 30-player mode. The Stampede, the Stadium Stampede's a 30-player Battle Royale mode. So only about half of the entire Steam player base on PC is active enough to be able to play one game. Like, you can get all the players, all 50 of them or less, and you can get more than half of them in one of the game modes. That is a sad statistic, ladies and gentlemen. And what's weird about this game is that this game took a while to come out. It felt like there was no confirmed release date when we got announcement of this, and then it just seemed like it was in development hell for quite some time, and it took a while to get out. It was like waiting for, like, at least, I want to say, it felt like almost 2 years between the announcement and when the game released, and then it came out, and then it quickly fizzled, and it didn't have any support, from the development company, next to no marketing outside of AEW programming, no support as far as like game modes and anything. And now that it's getting updates, they're all these half-assed weird updates, and the new arcade mode you have to pay $7 for. So of course people are going to be upset about it. Anyways, let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd love to hear you guys chime in. And again, we're talking about the video game. We're not talking about AEW, Dynamite, or Rampage, or Collision, or any of the shows. We're talking about the video game. Let me know your thoughts about this, because I know in my comments on my review, there was a huge amount of a mixed reaction in there, where some people were just disappointed. And at the time, again, like I said, I enjoyed it, and I thought there would be a lot more coming to it. And in the long run, I got disappointed. So share this video out, guys, if you can. Share it to your friends, family, your girlfriend, your Sancho. Comment down below. Hit that like button. Let's boost this up. The channel's slowly but surely getting up there, back in its recovery. I appreciate you guys, as always, and stay safe. I'll probably have another video coming out today, probably. I feel productive. Let's do it.